Hello everyone, welcome to KHA's webinar. Now we will be starting the webinar.
Hello everyone, welcome to KHA Homoeopathy Study Group Pro Bono webinar. Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. So nice to see many of you from different countries and different time zones. Before we start our webinar, always thank Universe for giving us this great opportunity. And Dr. Sweta Singh, our KHA Chief Administrator, will start the session.
This is Dr. Sweta Singh, KHA Chief Administrator, would like to take privilege to introduce our KHA Homeopathy Study Group Pro Bono. It was organized and founded by homeopath and humanitarian Kavita Kukunur, President and CEO of Kavita Holistic Approach, KHA, on May 5, 2020. This study group is intended to be an offering from Kavita to the homeopaths around the globe. Sharing, goodwill, and solid clinical work within the classical model are foundational principles for the KHA. Kavita is KHA accredited CPD provider and outreach coordinator of CHCP. She is a great leader and mentor, international speaker to name few, Joint American Homeopathic Conference JAHC, Mission 5000, LMHI, committed and passionate for homeopathy. She supports the charity organization Kevin Friendly Foundation, a non-profit organization that helps to serve poor people in greater needs in India. KHA's mission and vision are very unique to inspire young homeopaths, mentor, provide excellency for educational purposes using holistic approaches via webinars which are based on principles of classical homeopathy and provide professional continuing educational homeopathic credits for practitioners. We provide merit certificates for spreading the light of homeopathy around the globe. The study group generally offers free monthly webinars once or twice a month, spending the last 2 years more than 100 educational webinars with over 250 recordings, some KHA approved, were hosted by Kavita Holistic Approach. By virtue of Kavita's charisma and commitment to service in the field of homeopathy, she gathers and brings together dynamic, like-minded teachers, honorable guest presenters, and inspires young homeopaths around the globe. The study group celebrated stage 4 cancer survivors by providing moral support, offering them space to share their dramatic and encouraging stories through a KHA series titled Inspirational Book Talks. Each webinar is recorded so members may view the presentation at their own convenience at YouTube channel Kavita Kukunur if they are unable to attend the live session. KHA Homeopathy Study Group offers free recordings to homeopaths. This is an exciting study group rich in substance and soul. Monthly newsletters showcasing upcoming events, previous recordings, and articles reach more than 2,000 homeopaths worldwide. Kavita's pro bono's experience with the study group and her outreach with other organizations has also been a most awesome personal reward. She leads a team of 15 to 25 people in such a way as to foster harmony and group unity. Dr. Kavita is the recipient of Martha Community Service Award by National Center for Homeopathy and Best Entrepreneur Award from Dr. N. Lingaraju, Principal of JSPS Homeopathic Medical College, Hyderabad, India.
Telugu Association, a prestigious organization, honored and awarded her for selfless homeopathic and humanitarian services at Ladies' Night Out on October 2022 Michigan. Also, Dr. Kavita received the prestigious Legendary Homeopath Award with joint hands of Honorable Health Minister Dr. Dan Singh Babar, Senior MLA Mr. Harbhajan Singh Chima, Ex-Director Homeopathy, Government of Uttarakhand and Chairman of HomeoCure and Research Institute during National Homeopathic Seminar, Homeopathy, the Future Medicine at Kashipur on 21st August 2022. Our executives, Dr. Deepak Sharma, Dr. Rajneesh Kumar Sharma, KHA Chief Advisor, and myself, KHA team, were also recognized and that Dr. Kavita was honored as the Woman of the Year 2023 from prestigious organization NATA, North American Telugu Association, USA. Dr. Kavita was also honored by renowned DTA Executive Committee on Mother's Day at Michigan, USA with DTA Community Service Award 2023. We are extremely happy and proud that we celebrated 12 years of her book, Beyond the Limits, A Challenge to Prove Oneself. And in January 2022, we launched her ebook, A Dose of Spirituality with Kavita, in presence of honorable guest of speakers, American Institute of Homeopathy President Dr. Alex Becker and Council for Homeopathy CHC President Dr. Sheetal Tiwari at our KA webinar. At KA second annual celebration, our honorable guest of speaker Dr. Jawahar Shah, Chairman of Enlightenment Education, launched audiobook and hard copy of her second write-up, A Dose of Spirituality with Kavita. We are delighted to share that on January 23rd,
So I hope you all liked our KHA complete video. So today our session is with Dr. Girish Gupta sir. And actually, according to my side, I would say that Dr. Girish Gupta sir is a renowned speaker, a great physician, a great researcher, and many more things I would say. So he is chief consultant in Lucknow and leading a Gaurang Clinic and Center for Research, Homeopathic Research in Lucknow. So as about sir, I would like to say that sir has a number of assignment and research has been done by him, and he is a president in Homeopathic Research Foundation, HRF, and he is an international president uh, in Asia Homeopathic Medical League, and sir is a member in the editorial advisory board, IJRH, and sir is a life member of HMAI as well, and he is a executive member in APMP, Association of the Private Medical Practitioners, and a life member of IIHP, Indian Institute of Homeopathic Physician as well. And sir is a life member of the LMHI, Liga Medicorum Homeopathic Internationalis. And sir has done a number of the researches in CCRH. He has done for PCOD, work for PCOD and BPH and ovarian cysts. And personally, I will tell you that I visited to such clinic and research center. So many blogs, so many counters were there, and number of the record keeping room is very much established. So number of the cases is there, and he has done a great job and for the all kind of diseases like rheumatoid arthritis and PCOD, ovarian cyst, and many more diseases. So this is actually very appreciable, and sir is awarded as a National Youth Award, Kamal Patra Award, Best Scientific Paper Award, Bharat Jyoti Award, Homeo Dynasty Great Masters Award, Rajiv Goel Young Scientist Award, and many more. And sir has done great job for all kind of disease like GB stone, cerebrovascular accidents, BPH, cutaneous candidiasis, kidney stones, rheumatoid arthritis. I already told you earlier that he is actually work on the scientific approach, because in homeopathy it is very required. We have a number of cases. If you are not recording everything, so how can we justify the case in front of you all? So important is to show and to publish the data, which we are actually learning from the Girish Gupta sir, and we all youth are learning from sir. uh, to actually record keeping is very important, and sir is a very inspiration for all the physician and all the youths who are learning, and always we are learning everything from sir. Okay, so now before wasting time, I should say that we have to go for the very precious session from the sir. So please sir, welcome to our KHA group, and please share your experiences with us.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Pooja.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very nice to see you on screen.
Okay, sir.
Being in
Thank you.
Lucknow, we are meeting
Yes,
each
sir. We
other.
both are in Lucknow actually.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
great bonding with us.
Yeah. So it's very nice to see you on screen
Yes.
through Kavita Holistic Approach Seminar, a rather webinar.
Yes, sir.
So thanks, Dr. Dr. Kavita Kuknur, first of all, for having included me in the series of webinar, and especially for today. And Dr. Pooja, thanks for introducing, but you have forgotten to introduce the subject of today. But anyway,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
be
Yes,
starting.
sir. I
I'll
am
be starting.
introducing actually because your resume is too vast to explain. So actually, you have done a great job in homeopathy, sir. So I
Yeah.
will tell you to everyone that today's topic is always a very different kind of. So today's topic is experimental homeopathy in vitro screening of homeopathic drug against the pathogenic fungi. And actually we know that we are learning everything from you. So please start because the time is very less and you have a great knowledge about everything. So we are very eager to know everything from you.
Okay. So, first slide. So first of all, I welcome all the participants on this series of webinar hosted by Kavita Holistic Approach this afternoon. So today, I'll be presenting in front of you the experimental aspect of homeopathy through this kind of in vitro screening of homeopathic drugs against number of pathogenic fungi. I have been working in this kind of research work ever since 1980 when I was doing internship. Rather, I was in final year of GHMS at National Homeopathic Medical College, and then I entered internship. So I started this passion of doing research ever since. This work has been done by a team of doctors at various intervals. I myself, Dr. B. Chandra, he was a scientist at Central Drug Research Institute. Dr. A.K. Srivastava, he was medical mycologist. Sunil Mishra was technician. Dr. Naveen Gupta, Dr. Gaurang Gupta, Dr. K.L. Garg as a microbiologist. He was working at National Research Laboratory for Conservation. This is under Government of India. And Dr. Sundara Singh, he was hailed from Kerala, and he was a scientist at National Botanical Research Institutes. These are various doctors and scientists who participated at different periods of time in this experimental work. This work was conducted at Department of Plant Pathology, National Botanical Research Institutes, Lucknow, National Research Laboratory for Conservation, NRLC, based at Lucknow, and Medical Mycology Lab, which we developed at our center known as Gaurang Clinic and Center for Homeopathic Research. This is one of its kind in private sector at Lucknow. This is the main premises of Gaurang Clinic and Center for Homeopathic Research, situated in Kapurthala, Lucknow. This is a glimpse of a medical mycology lab, which is situated in our center, where all this kind of work has been done since 1995 till 2015. Now, the research question is, what was the question? Homeopathy has always been termed placebo, aquatherapy, psychotherapy, and all. It has been criticized by the conventional physicians and scientists as well as not being an evidence-based medicine. Still, in foreign countries, especially London, America, many scientists and physicians of modern medicine termed homeopathy as placebo. But this was a big question. This is a big question still. So we thought of doing experimental work, but how to design a research work to prove that homeopathy is placebo or something else. So we all know that it is difficult to prove the biological activity of potentized medicines on human beings. On human being, we can treat the patients clinically, but we can't show directly the effect of homeopathic medicines, which is required for proving homeopathy as not a placebo, but a effective medical instrument. Therefore, we planned in vitro experiments to demonstrate a objective response, which is visible to naked eyes in front of all. So this was planned in 1979 and 80, when, as I told you, when I was in final year of BHMS at National Homeopathic Medical College. What happened in an article from a professor of medicine at King George Medical College appeared in a newspaper. He termed homeopathy as a placebo or psychotherapy, aquatherapy. So this was very painful for us. So I thought of doing some experimental work to show that homeopathic drugs are effective. If it is not, then it would have been proved otherwise. So I contacted various scientists at National Botanical Research Institutes and planned several experiments. So the main objective was to prove that homeopathic potencies are not placebo. And secondary objective was to elicit antifungal activity, if any, of potentized medicine in vitro model against various pathogenic fungi. Because we have to have some research model to showcase the effect of potentized medicines. So these were the objectives. Various homeopathic drugs in varied potencies were tested against different species of human pathogenic fungi using different experimental protocols. And the standard antifungal drug, that is ketoconazole, rectified spirit, and distilled water were kept as control, because we had to show that effect of medicine, homeopathic medicine, is different compared to ketoconazole, rectified spirit, and distilled water. So these were run as a control. Ultimately, the results showed that homeopathic drugs have definite inhibitory activity against fungi, confirming that these medicines not only work in vivo, that is on human being or in animal, but are equally effective in vitro condition. Regarding material and methods, we selected a number of fungi. Number 1, Alternaria tenuis. Number 2, Aspergillus niger. This is black fungus. Aspergillus flavus, Trichophyton mentagrophyte, Carvularia lunata, and Candida albicans. These 6 fungi were taken up to study the effect of homeopathic drugs on them in vitro conditions. Human pathogenic fungal isolates were taken from legions of patients, those patients who visited our clinic. The pathogenic fungal isolates were taken by scraping method, following methods of Rona M. Mackey. This is a standard technique, international technique, to take out the fungal isolate from legions of patients. The control were distilled water, vehicle, that is rectified spirit, ketoconazole, that is positive control, homeopathic drugs in various potencies, And the experimental protocol was, we used different techniques, internationally known established techniques. The number one was disc method, and the parameter for assessment of the effect of medicine were measurement of zone inhibition, viable colony count, inhibition of linear diamagnetic growth, and sporulation. These are various parameters for assessing the effect of any drug, whether it is homeopathy or allopathy. Now coming to effect of homeopathic drugs on the growth of Alternaria tenuis. This was the first experiment ever done, not only in the country, but in the world. We tested different medicines known as basilinum in 3201 m, lycopodium 3201 m, phagopyrum 6201 m, astrilago, and petroleum in different potencies. Number 6 drug tellurium in different potencies, sepia, sulfur, sulfur iodide, and mesothelium. And control, as I told you, were run by using rectified spirit and distilled water. So you will see on culture plate, the number 1 culture plate shows growth of this Alternaria tenuis, and those drugs which gave 100% inhibition are shown in culture plates like basilinum, phagopyrum, sepia, and sulfur iodide. These are the drugs which were found to be effective. They inhibited Alternaria tenuis to the tune of 100%. So this was very eye-opener, and this was done in 1980. And this was an eye-opener to all of us. Even the scientists were surprised to see the effect of homeopathic drugs. There is a long technique which I am not describing. The techniques and methodology is will consume a lot of time, but you will appreciate the many drugs gave 100% inhibition. This paper was first of its kind in the world, which was published in Hahnemannian Clinics in September 1981 issue. At that time, I was doing internship. So this effect of homeopathic drugs on the growth of Alternaria tenuis and Calvularia lunata, the common leaf spot pathogens of ornamental and cultivated plant. This was a plant fungus where we could be able to find the effect of homeopathic medicines. This was published with Dr. Sundara Singh as a first author. He was PhD in mycology, and myself. And you will be surprised to know that I was doing internship at that time. I was not even a full-fledged doctor, but I was very, very fortunate to have got this opportunity to be a co-author in this experimental paper. So this opened a new vista in experimental research in 1981. Now coming to the second one, effect of homeopathic drugs against isolate from human patients. That was a plant fungus. This was done by me and Dr. K.L. Garg, who was a medical mycologist at NRLC, National Research Laboratory for Conservation. Here you will see the effect of sulfur iodide and acid benzoic in on the growth of Aspergillus niger. This is a black fungus which caused panic, havoc during second wave of COVID in the year 2021. And this work was done in 1995, which was utilized during COVID-19. I will tell you how it happened. The first slide, plate shows untreated culture plate having growth of Aspergillus niger. This is a black fungus. And the second plate shows effect of amphotericin B. It has inhibited 100% growth of this fungus, and the other two are treated by homeopathic medicines. This slide shows the effect of Bacillinum astilago, sulfur iodide, acid benzoic amphotericin B on Candida albicans, Trichophyton mentagrophyte, and Aspergillus niger. Amphotericin B gave 100% inhibition, whereas sulfur iodide gave 80%. Different drugs are in different potencies have given different kind of inhibition on the growth of this fungus. This work was published in Asian Homeopathic Journal under the title Effect of Homeopathic Drugs Against Fungi Isolated from Human Patients. The author, as I told you, were myself and Dr. KHA. He was a medical mycologist. He was not a homeopathic doctor. This was published in Asian Journal of Homeopathy in the year perhaps 1995. Now coming to the effect of thuja against human pathogenic aspergilli. There were many drugs against one fungus. Now there is a single drug against single fungus. So here we tested by sporulation technique the effect of homeopathic drugs on Aspergillus niger. Thuja in different potencies, including mother tincture, thuja Q, thuja 30, 200, 1M, 10M, 50M. Thuja in different potencies was tested against Aspergillus niger with this technique, sporulation technique, whereas you will see on the culture plate 1, please see, it is untreated. The second has been treated with rectified spirit. The third is positive control treated by ketoconazole. So keto is very, very effective to inhibit this fungus. Whereas plate number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 has been treated with different potencies of thuja, where you will see thuja 50M and thuja 1M has given almost equal inhibition to that of ketoconazole. Please see plate number 3. So it shows that homeopathic drugs are very, very potent antifungal agents, which is giving almost equal inhibition compared to the ketoconazole. This is again effect of thuja on Aspergillus flavus. This is another species of the same fungus. It is again a black fungus which caused havoc during second wave of COVID-19. Here also, if you compare, the positive control gave good inhibition about 90%, and thuja in 30, 200 potency almost given equal inhibition to that of ketoconazole. It is very, very much impressive and effective against this fungus. This was published in Homeopathic Heritage with myself and Dr. A.K. Srivastava. He was MSc PhD in medical mycology. I was from homeopathic side. This was published in 2002. So we have been carrying out this kind of experiment throughout my life and have been able to publish in various journals. This is coming to the next one, effect of thuja against dermatophytes. These are very, very pathogenic, very strong pathogenic agents. Dermatophytes, it consists of number of fungi. So this is Trichophyton mentagrophyte. If you refer to Borik's repertory, he had mentioned in the repertorial section trichophytosis. Dr. William Borik. Trichophytosis is a kind of ringworm caused by Trichophyton mentagrophyte. So we used this technique, sporulation technique, in which the plate number 1 has been treated with sterile water, number 2 treated by rectified spirit, and third positive control treated by ketoconazole. And if you compare the positive control with the effect of thuja Q, thuja 30, thuja 200, thuja 1M, thuja 10M, and thuja 50M, almost in all potencies of thuja, it has been able to inhibit the growth of this fungus, trichophyton. In the chart, you will see colony diameter count and sporulation. These were two techniques through which we tested and assessed the effect of homeopathy. So how can you term homeopathic drugs as placebo? Because placebo is not giving any effect on this. So you can directly compare the effect of placebo with that of homeopathic medicines and ketoconazole. This chart shows, red line shows the growth and the green line shows the inhibition. So inhibition has been given to the tune of 80%. So less of the growth, more of the inhibition. So in Thuja in different potencies, if you compare with the sterile water, it has given 0% inhibition. Rectified spirit has not been able to inhibit the fungus, whereas ketoconazole gave very good inhibition. And Thuja 30-200 1M has given inhibition against this fungus. This was published under the title Antimycotic Potential of Thuja against Dermatophytes in Vitro Studies. This was published in a different journal, Homoeopathy for All. This in the year, I think it was again 2002 perhaps. This is another fungus, Carvularia lunata. This is a plant fungus as well as it causes human disease also. This is the effect of Thuja in different potencies or Carvularia lunata. If you compare, slide 1 is treated with distilled water, having no inhibition, rectified spirit, and positive control. So if you compare positive control treated by ketoconazole and see Thuja 30 and Thuja 200 and Thuja 10M, Thuja 1M has given excellent inhibition compared to the control. So those doctors who blame homeopathy as placebo, it is, I mean, even a blind person can see the effect of, distinct effect of these drugs in vitro model, which we are not able to show clinically. Clinically, we can't show the effect of potentized medicine like this. So this is enough to open a new vista and to convince the critics that homeopathic drugs are placebo. This is again effect of Thuja in different potencies. Red line shows the inhibition and the green line shows growth. So both are reverse. So you will see Thuja 30-200 has given excellent inhibition compared to other potencies of Thuja. This was published in National Journal of Homeopathy. We kept on changing the journals just to make a broad spectrum of publication. So in vitro antimycotic potential of Thuja against Carvularia lunata causing pheomycosis. This was published in the year 2002. Now coming to the most dangerous and most common fungus, that is Candida albicans. It causes a lot of diseases on human beings. It affects lungs, it affects skin, causing ringworm type of lesions. It can affect your hairs, leading to hair loss. It can affect your nail, which can cause mycosis of nail, that is onychomycosis, which is very, very difficult to treat in other systems, whereas clinically our drugs are very effective in treating onychomycosis caused by Candida. This experiment was done at our center on the effect, you will see ketoconazole has given 35 millimeter inhibition. If you look at the slide 1, it is treated by rectified spirit. It has not given any inhibition. But positive control treated by ketoconazole, it around the disc in the center, you will see a zone of inhibition. And likewise, other drugs like homeopathic medicines are giving very, very good response. Acid benzoic, kali iode, sulfur iode, sulfur 200, tellurium, and meserium. So it has given, compared to ketoconazole, meserium 200 has given 26 millimeter inhibition compared to the inhibition caused by ketoconazole as 35. If you compare, meserium has been most effective. Second was kali iode. It has given 22 millimeter inhibition, and other drugs have given less inhibition. So it shows different potencies of the same drugs are giving different kind of inhibition against this fungus again also. So this was the first paper which was published in a non-homeopathic journal. It's an international journal, biological memoir. It is published by International Society of Applied Biology. So this was the first paper, not only in India but in the world, on the in vitro inhibitory effect of some homeopathic drugs against Candida albicans. You believe that these, the editors replicated, they proved in their own laboratory the claims given by us, and they found it to be true. Then they published this kind of paper in their journal. It was published in the year 2001 issue, 22 years ago. Now, you will see against Candida albicans, number 1 is treated by distilled water, number 2 is treated by rectified. You can appreciate the effect of rectified spirit is 0. Distilled water is 0. Because many doctors and scientists they assume that homeopathic drugs are effective against fungus because they are made in alcohol, in rectified spirit. But you will see plain rectified spirit has not given any zone of inhibition. Whereas meserium 30 and some other drugs, meserium 30 has given a good zone of inhibition. You will see in the table that many drugs in different potencies are given different kind of inhibition in millimeters. This is another slide showing same medicine in 200 potency. Many drugs and different potency against one fungus. Here you will see meserium 200 has given equal zone of inhibition compared to the ketoconazole. It's almost equal because keto has given 40 millimeter inhibition, whereas meserium 200 has given 37 millimeter inhibition. It is almost equal. So it is enough to prove that our potentized drugs have got a strong biological activity against these fungi. This is a diagrammatic picture which shows meserium 200 has given 37 millimeter of inhibition compared to ketoconazole, which has given 40 millimeter. Other drugs are not so effective against this. This paper was published in a beautiful and the most reputed journal of the world, that is Indian Journal for Research in Homeopathy, published by Central Council for Research in Homeopathy, Government of India. It is very, very difficult to publish a paper in this journal. Sometimes it takes about a year, and it has been reviewed by 3 scientists, homeopathy doctors as well as the persons of different disciplines. So it was very difficult. And at that time, I would like to show, to let you know that Dr. Nayak used to be there as a Director General of CCRH. He called our team and asked us, our team, to replicate this kind of experiment at Central Council for Research in Homeopathy. And they ultimately found the results equally matching with those which we have produced. And you will be glad to know on this basis, they have started this kind of experiment at Central Research Institute situated in Noida. It has been named after Dr. D.P. Rastogi. Dr. D.P. Rastogi, Central Research Institute of Homeopathy, which is working at Noida, and they are, doing this kind of experiment further because we have now stopped working on this. So this paper was very, very important and very, scientific for us to produce the result. So coming to the research outcome, sulfur iode was equally effective as amphotericin B against Aspergillus niger and Candida. Meserium 200 showed maximum inhibition to the growth of Candida. Thuja 3200 were highly effective against Carbuliria lunata, while antifungal effect of Thuja 10M 50M was almost equal to ketoconazole. So these are the conclusions which are very, very important and effective in proving that homeopathic medicines are not placebo. So the ultimate conclusion is these experiments conducted in various laboratories by different scientists at different period of time has shown inhibitory action of potentized homeopathic medicines on pathogenic fungi, which proves and reproves that homeopathic medicines are biologically active and not placebo, as is being termed and has been termed by various critics, scientists, allopathic doctors, and doctors of different disciplines. So these are very eye-opening facts which has been proved time and again, because I have been working since 1980. So how many years have passed? About more than 40 years. And I continued this kind of work from 1980 to 2015. That was end of the work. Now we have stopped working on this, but more than about 40 years of work is enough to prove and reprove that homeopathic drugs should not be now termed as placebo. And those critics who still criticize homeopathy as placebo, every one of you can show this experimental work to them just to shut their mouth against homeopathy. I am very delighted to introduce that I have published, included all my papers, about 16 papers, in this book, Experimental Homeopathy. It was released by Minister of Ayush, Government of India, on 10th April 2022 at Vigyan Bhavan, New Delhi. This experimental homeopathy book is available in Amazon. It includes about 16 research papers on our work against viral infections of plant and animals and fungal infections of plant and animals. This book has the main mission of my life was to prove homeopathy as a biologically active science, not a placebo. So this book is enough to give a practical solution and answer to those critics who still blames homeopathy as placebo. So with this, I am coming to an end of this presentation. We can have a question answer session if somebody likes. So thank you very, very much, Dr. Pooja, for giving me an opportunity, and Dr. Kavita Kuknur for giving me a chance to present in front of you, all the listeners, to showcase the effect of potentized homeopathic medicines against plant pathogens. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Pooja, please unmute yourself. Dr. Pooja.
Thank you so much, sir, for your sincerest thanks for your precious time with us. It was actually very exceptional speech and you engaging way of communicating with your scientific session. And it was actually very precious and very scientific about the Thuja and all many more medicines, benzoic acid, CPA, and so that was actually very great working in all way. And you are actually an inspiration for us, and we are always trying to do great job like you, as it was actually very nice to see your research center, that all the records has been actually keeping keeping room, and your all team for doing such a great job. It is very outstanding job, sir. At this age you are doing very fabulous job for homeopathy, and we are encouraging from you. We have to do, and all homeopaths has to do like work. And if anyone has any kind of question, please ask with sir after the session. If
Thanks, Dr.
anyone wants
Pooja.
to purchase book, you can go with the Amazon and many more sites. Sir book are always available, and all books written by sir is very much outstanding. The research work is very good. Experimental homeopathy actually very good and based on scientific facts. This is the very important thing in homeopathy we need to understand. Sir is always showing. So if anyone wants to purchase, you can go through the Amazon and many more sites, Flipkart also. So you can purchase over there, and you can catch up the Gaurang Clinic and Research Center. So that is also available over there. If anyone interested to purchase, they can. And if anyone if anyone not, I am inviting everyone for the upcoming seminar which we are going to have in 7th and 8th October in Lucknow. So please visit, and please attend and come to us and enjoy the scientific session. Sir is also a speaker over there, and there is also a very good topics to present, and visit the sir's clinic. This is actually very outstanding, and we have to learn everything from sir. So if anyone has any question, please. Sir, Dr. Muhammad Muzammil is saying, is any research on cell line for cancer patients? Is any research on cell line for cancer patients?
There are some work on cell lines, but done by other scientists. One work was, I remember one work was done at Amla Cancer Research Institute, situated in Kerala. It was done by a group of scientists in collaboration with the Samuli Institute of Information Biology based at USA. But I did not participate in that kind of work. But there are some works on cell lines.
Okay. If anyone has another question, please ask. Because sir is very cooperative, always ready to answer the questions, answer session. He is very much appreciating everyone. If anyone asks any kind of question. So we have another session in 22nd October. This is all about the kidney calculus and homeopathy. And this is to be done by Dr. Hiralal Agarwal. You can join in 22nd October. The next month webinar topic is all about the kidney stone and homeopathy, how homeopathy works for the kidney stones and all. Thank you so much, sir. Your topic is always very interesting and very innovative to all homeopaths, as we all are always learning with you. So, Dr. Yashika or Dr. Yashika is there? Dr. Richa? Dr. Richa? Okay, sir, this is your certificate from KHA group as a speaker. Please accept from our side.
Thank you, Dr. Pooja. How
Your
quickly?
smile is outstanding, sir. As like you are a very good human being and a great scientist in homeopathy, I would say. That is why you are very much inspirational from us. We are very respect you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr.
We are
Pooja.
learning a lot.
Yeah,
So
thank
thank you
you
so
very
much,
much.
sir, for your precious time with us. And definitely we will do another session with us after October also, because in October, sir is going to present another topic in our scientific seminar, which is going to be held in Ganna Sansthan 7 and 8 October. If anyone is interested, please join and come to Nawabo Ka Shahar, Lucknow, as we are from here, sir and me. So thank you so much, everyone, for your precious time with us. Thank you so much, sir. Resistance MO. What do you recommend for multi-resistant MO?
Multi-resistant?
MO.
Multi-drug. I couldn't understand.
Please brief, what do you mean by MO? In what concern you are asking for, please? Mr. Mahmood, please brief. What stands for MO? Microorganism. ICROORGANISM. Any thought on gram-positive about Staph aureus?
No, I have not worked on bacterial infections. I have worked on viral infections and fungal infections. So I can share my experience on the effect of homeopathic drugs against various viral infections of plant and animals in future webinar. But I have not done this kind of work against Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococcus viridans. I have not worked on bacterial infections.
Okay. Any remedy for, sir, another question, please, here. Any remedy for eating hair in children, sir?
That's a trichotillomania. You can refer to the repertory, take up the case. Take up the case. This is a psychological problem in children, and we have got various remedies, but there is no specific remedy. Treat the person as a whole. Take up the history of a patient and then prescribe a similimum. You are sure to get the result.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Any another question? If you have, please write down on chat box. So I think, sir, no any another question. All are satisfied with your session. So don't, no one has any another question. So thank you, sir, for your precious time.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
So now winding up. Okay, bye-bye.
Yes,
best of luck for your webinar. I mean, your seminar.
If you are with us, definitely it will be very
Yeah. I'm with you.
Different kind of.
Yeah, I'm
Different,
with
like
you.
it will be historical if you are with us.
I'll be presenting my work on Saturday,
Yes,
7th October in your seminar
yes, sir, you are.
on
If anyone is
evidence-based.
interested, please. Okay, no question. If anyone is interested, please, you can join. Get registered before 30 September, so you can join a very great session in upcoming seminar, which is going to be held in October 7th and 8th October. Okay, please block your date. If you are interested, please join. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
So
you
bye
so
bye.
much.
See you again.
Bye bye, sir.
Okay, bye.
Very soon we will meet you.